What's up, y'all? In this video, we are discussing the benefits or why we as a family, my wife and I and our 4 kids, love living by Charleston, South Carolina. Come with me. If you're wondering who I am and why you should listen to me in the first place, my name is Dave Broom. I'm a licensed realtor in the Charleston, South Carolina and surrounding areas. My wife and I and our 3 kids at the time, my 4th kid Hank was born down here, but my wife and I and our 3 kids lived in Buffalo, New York, and we decided we didn't like living in New York anymore. We decided to make a huge decision, a huge take the plunge, nerve-wracking, amazing, exhilarating plunge of moving to a different state. We came across South Carolina, in specific Summerville and Charleston area, so Charleston and the surrounding areas. We moved down over 3 years ago now. Didn't know what to expect, and we absolutely love it. One of the main reasons we love it because we're close to Charleston. We live in Summerville, South Carolina, which is about 30 to 45 minutes away from Charleston, but we are able to get to Charleston easily and experience everything that Charleston, South Carolina has to offer, which we're going to talk about more in this video, but we absolutely love it. But I do these videos to inform people that might be in my shoes 3 years ago, over 3 years ago now. Maybe you're in my shoes and you, as a family, you don't like living in the state you're living in right now, or maybe you're looking to retire in a different state that more fits your needs. So I do these videos. I try to do neighborhood tours. I try to do videos like this where I'm giving my opinion on certain things. I try to do home walkthroughs and just give you as much information about the Charleston, South Carolina area as possible so that you can make an informed decision if maybe this could be a place that we could live. So if you do get value from this video, make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are hitting the channel and you can come check them out. And to be honest with you, my team and I are getting calls, texts, emails every single day from people like me over 3 years ago now, or you coming across this video, that are looking to explore the option of moving to a different state like South Carolina. So they end up reaching out and we just have a simple conversation and see if this does line up with what you're looking for. So if you do want to reach out, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, days, nights, weekends. I'd love to have a no pressure conversation with you and see if this area fits what you're looking for. All right, so like I was saying, what are the benefits of living by Charleston, South Carolina? I don't have a script in front of me. I'm just going from truly what we think as a family are the main benefits of living by Charleston, South Carolina. The first thing I'm going to say is date nights. There are so many cool restaurants in Charleston. My wife and I try to get out twice a month, and we are finding more and more restaurants, whether you want to do fancy restaurants, whether you want to do barbecue, seafood restaurants, whatever you're looking for, that Charleston has a restaurant for you. And it's not just Charleston. There's North Charleston has great restaurants, Summerville has great restaurants, but Charleston in general, the food, the fine dining, the date night places you can go to. Just a couple examples. There is Slightly North of Broad. There is Franny and the Fox, Little Palm. There is High Cotton. All these great restaurants that it's a great time to go on a date night, and it's very romantic in the city, and it's a great time with your significant other, and it's really cool to be able to go down there and then get home within 30 to 45 minutes. On the weekends from Cane Bay, which is where we live, we can get back from Charleston in 40 minutes or less because there's not a lot of traffic on I-26. But the restaurants, the food experiences down in Charleston are amazing. So that is definitely the first thing I'm going to say. The first benefit of living by Charleston, South Carolina is the restaurants and food. All right, benefit number 2, in my opinion, what is a great benefit, another great benefit of living by Charleston, South Carolina, is the beaches. When you're close to Charleston, you're close to all the beaches, the Charleston area beaches that are amazing to go to on the weekends. A lot of people travel down here. We've had friends travel down and we go visit them on the different beaches. Just a couple of them. We love Isle of Palms Beach. It's very easy to get to. There's easy public beach access. You can park on the street. The parking is made easy when you drive down Isle of Palms Boulevard. It also has Wild Dunes, which is a great resort area with great golfing and a lot of restaurants and a great hotel down there. So Isle of Palms is a great beach. Sullivan's Island Beach, which is kind of the small town beach. It's very cool. They have some great restaurants down in there. It's more like it gives you that small town feel of a beach. Parking can be an issue on Sullivan's Island, but if you get there early enough where you know where to go after living down here a little bit, it's pretty easy to navigate the Sullivan's Island parking area. Really, really great beach. And Folly Beach, these are the three main beaches. Folly Beach is that as more of a party beach. There's things to do. There's restaurants, there's bars, it's a really cool area. It's just a little further from Summerville. It takes about an hour to get to Folly Beach, where it takes about 45 minutes to get to Isle of Palms and Sullivan's. That's the only reason we go to Isle of Palms and Sullivan's a little bit more. Isle of Palms and Sullivan's is close to Charleston. It's also close to Mount Pleasant, which is a great area to visit and go shopping and do a lot of things. So that's another reason we go to those two beaches. But Folly Beach is a really cool beach. A lot of surfing on Folly Beach. Then there's Kiowa Island Beach, which is a little further away as well. But there's some great beaches in the area, and that's another huge benefit, is being able to go to these beaches, especially in the summertime, because the water is so warm. You get to the beach and you go into the water, and the water, it feels like bath water sometimes. And that was a new experience for us living in Buffalo, New York, where you can go to Lake Erie and go to the beach sometimes, but the water was freezing. Down here, the water's nice and warm, especially in the summer months, and it's a great time to just take a weekend trip to the beach. It could be a low-cost family outing, which is great, and it just gives you that great benefit of living by Charleston, is living by Charleston beaches. All right, next thing about Charleston is the history and the restoration projects that Charleston has to offer. They do a lot of restoration projects with the old buildings, and they also combine old and new together, which is very cool. So a lot of the new restaurants that they bring in, one is in an old church and Union, where they keep all the old structure of the church and all the charm and the brick and the piers and the beams, but they make it into a restaurant. So they preserve the history and build new at the same time. It's very cool to bring your kids down there and learn a lot of the history of the Charleston area, being one of the oldest cities in the United States. There's a lot of battles and wars that were fought in this area, and a lot of history that you can go through and teach your kids in the city, which is a really cool feature to have as well. All right, next thing about Charleston is, I've been to a lot of big cities before. Charleston is not actually a big city. It's a smaller city compared to, you got Chicago, you have New York City, you got Boston. I lived up by Toronto, and going up there, it was crazy driving around there, and you would get stressed because of the city driving. Charleston is not like that. Charleston is a smaller city, easy to drive in, easy to get around. I do still use GPS because there's a lot of side streets in that, but it's easy to travel down into Charleston. We'll go down after church. We go to church in Mount Pleasant, and then we'll go down and have breakfast or lunch down in Charleston, because it's not a hassle getting in and out of the Charleston area. It's actually a smaller city. And it doesn't have that big city feel. It has a city feel, but it doesn't have the big city feel where there's too many people, it's overcrowded. It's more of a smaller city than other cities, which makes it a less stressful getting in and out of, finding parking, and just experience in the city makes it a little bit easier, because you don't have that big city, the hustle and bustle, everyone's yelling at each other. If you don't know where you're going, you're in big trouble. That's not the Charleston feel. Charleston kind of gives more of a laid-back feel, smaller city, easier to get down. I would not be going to all these restaurants on date nights if Charleston was a hassle getting in and out of. So it's really not a hassle getting in and out of, which makes it even more of a benefit living by, because you can experience and not get all stressed out about getting in and out, getting parking and all that. That's another benefit. All right, and the last benefit of living by Charleston is the beauty. When you drive into Charleston, when you drive over the Ravenel Bridge, when you drive over a couple of these other bridges and see the ocean, see the Wando River right around the Charleston area, the beauty. There's palm trees, there's ocean, the old buildings, just a really, really, really picturesque city to live by. And going anywhere else after visiting Charleston, you're like, this is it? It just gives you that. Really, it's beautiful. There's no other way to say it. It's an extremely beautiful city. Like I was saying, the old buildings, you're right on the water. There's yachts around. There is boats around. There is horse carriage rides. There is, anything you could think of. But it's got a tropical feel, and it's got a older restoration historic charm feel, which, if that makes sense, those two mixed together. But because you're right by the water, but you're also in one of the oldest cities in the United States, and it is a just picturesque city to live by, which is really, really cool. It's cool bringing our kids down there now that they're a little bit older. It is harder with young kids because it is a city, but all of our kids are almost three and up now. We can go to the city and just experience everything that the city has to offer. And that's a really, really cool benefit of living by Charleston, South Carolina. Like I said, we live in Summerville, South Carolina, about anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes away, depending on where in Summerville you live. But it's a really, really cool area to go to and experience all of these great benefits. There are some negatives that people say about Charleston, and I have to say these things are true. There is a lot of flooding in Charleston, especially when it rains a lot. There's definitely a lot of flooding that goes on. But people learn how to manage that, but that is definitely a negative about the Charleston area. The traffic as well can get extremely heavy, especially during rush hour times in the Mount Pleasant area, getting in and out of Charleston. So that's definitely another aspect of Charleston, but there are other negatives, but those are the two that I definitely really agree with, because there's definitely flooding, especially when it rains a lot. It floods more there than it does in the Summerville area, and certain parts of Summerville, depends on where you're located. And the traffic in the Mount Pleasant, Charleston area is definitely heavier than Summerville area, but all these benefits outweigh the negatives because it's a great city to live by, great date night city, beautiful city, ocean, Wando River, beaches, things to do, historic city, and we love living by this city. That's leads me into, if you don't like the state you're living in anymore and you want to explore a different state like South Carolina, and in specific Charleston and the surrounding areas like Summerville, Mount Pleasant, James Johns Island, West Ashley, Daniel Island, Ladson, Monk's Corner, Goose Creek, endless places. Ravenel is close to there as well, and there's endless amounts of places you can check out, whether you're looking to live right by people in HOA developments so you can meet other people, or you want a little bit more land. There is options for you in this area. There's also extremely low property taxes, sunshine. I didn't even talk about the weather. I was just talking about Charleston. The weather's amazing down here. We get so many more sunny days, especially than the north. It just makes it a really, really great place to live because of all the sunshine, the low property taxes, the weather, and just living by this amazing city of Charleston. So if that's you want to explore moving to a different state like South Carolina, and specific Charleston and the surrounding areas, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, days, nights, weekends. I love talking with people and helping them reach their goals of moving to a state that they like if they're living in a state that they don't like for whatever reason. If it's weather, if it's you want to retire, you want to keep more of your money, you don't want to pay as high property taxes, whatever it is, I'm willing to talk to you. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. You can also follow me on TikTok at Dave Broom Realtor. I shorten a lot of these videos and put them on TikTok, and I would love to give you visuals so you can see, could this possibly be an area? So definitely feel free to reach out and keep it real, y'all.